Welcome. Okay, there we go.
Back this way?
Yeah, back
All
your
right.
way to the wall.
Oh, towards me. Okay.
a little bit more.
That made more sense to me.
You're like, oh, I didn't even realize either. You're like on the edge of the seat.
Yeah, because it puts me in a weird, puts my posture all hello, guys.
You mean you don't want to sit like one of these new rappers? They would just be like,
I like to look like Jabba in his palace and shit like that, but there's no Princess
man,
Leia's
my
and
name-
brass bikini.
my name, a little ski, school.
It's the stomach ache.
So I hope you guys are ready to talk about granola bars today.
We're killing it.
So, sorry.
I love how you're matching your phone today.
Me?
Oh yeah,
I got to, man.
Yeah.
Your phone
I gotta
looks
make
exactly
it
the same
coordinate.
right now.
It's got coordinate. I hope all my peers out there are watching right now, because if you're not, then you're not getting any of these jokes. So today, hello people, hello all. I know we got a little off topic right there on that intro, but who really cares? Because it's my show. But okay, real quick. So I want to get introduced to everybody today. We got my engineer of all engineers, Mr. Dip, to the lead.
Good morning, all. No, that's not you. You're one of the numbers. One,
Testing,
2, 3, or
testing.
4.
No, I mean my headphones sounded low.
Oh.
Yeah,
But I hear you.
That's
fine.
better. You can hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, over here. Whatever. I can hear. It just sounds low. As I can't not hear. Okay. So, not to discredit my co-host over here to the left, I'd like to introduce Mr. Johnny, aka Casey, aka the Beard, aka the best tattoo artist I know in the world that lives in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona.
And just in general, you can check planets.
Yeah.
can
Best
check planets.
best tattoo artist I know on the planet. That's for damn sure. So we have our episode 22 today. We're
Double
adults.
deuces.
Now we gotta I don't know. I gotta start thinking about 25 now. What am I gonna do for the 10th? We did some shots. When we hit that deuce 5, we gotta figure out something to do. Maybe we can have a little gathering. Maybe we'll have like a rotating chair.
Pinata, roller skate rink.
Ooh,
It's dangerous, but it's fun.
Who's gonna be the journalist though? Who's gonna be the
I'll get in the middle of it, and then when it busts open, whoever's still on roller skates, who doesn't fall from all the candy, they get to be the host that day.
Oh, okay. There we go. That'd be a good way to check it. And then I'll be the guest for that host.
There you go.
Boom. 25 planned. So,
you should be the heckler for that one.
Oh, actually, I
We'll
think
do
I
it live.
Be a good heckler.
Yeah.
As long as the host can handle me, it'll be a good show. So today,
It's just an 8-year-old.
Yeah, some 8-year-old. Your mom's feet stink. My mom's feet don't stink. She wears army boots.
This place smells like Dad's drawers.
There's no Santa Claus. Sorry, I don't want to make anybody cry.
All right. That's when you want to go down, man.
Oops. No, where you go?
It's almost like I don't even want to start.
Actually,
it was mad. It's almost like religion. I was gonna say.
It was actually really funny when my son's first kindergarten, not first year, his kindergarten was homeschool, and we had already talked to him about holidays and stuff like that. We don't celebrate really in our house. None of the commercialized stuff. No Easter Bunny, Santa Claus.
What? No Easter Bunny?
Nope. No.
I had a neighbor who was a Jehovah's Witness. Same thing. They just
Yeah.
cut out all the holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Jehovah's Witness. What are they? It's their
God
religion
comes
is so
from another
weird.
planet. That's all
I feel
know.
weird about all
Or no,
the
I'm sorry,
newer
that's Mormon.
religions that claim to be older religions.
Mormons
like
don't
we,
come- no.
we know when you
Or
got
God
here.
comes from a different planet. Is it Jehovah
No,
or
it's
Mormon?
the
one of
Jesus of the Latter-day Saints. So
Yeah.
John Smith was a
John
crystal
Smith.
salesman. He was an
Like
interesting character. I don't want to
Arizona
offend
crystals?
anybody.
Yes, he was very
Yeah,
interesting.
so he got arrested for fraud in New York, and he fled to Utah.
It was
not
Illinois.
first
It was
Utah.
Illinois.
Illinois. There you
Yeah,
go. I knew there was
Illinois.
an intermediary.
This is
But
new
yeah,
to me.
and Utah
Hmm?
was
I said
looked
this
at
is
as
new to me.
yeah
I'm
they
listening.
looked at it as the as Zion.
Yep.
It was the promised land.
If you go to Illinois still, there's places that are dedicated to him. There's a city where they founded everything and they set it all up. You can go see the jail where
That's
he
pretty
was
dope.
in,
I
everything.
mean, it's not like that dope, but it's kind of dope.
No, it's crazy. But you can see where he was imprisoned before they made the decision to go west. You can see, you read about the stories how the people in Illinois started to go against him because they want to kill him all.
Yeah, he's selling snake oil and magic crystals.
They were gonna kill because I think he said he saw Jesus. Jesus came and talked to him, and that they believe
After
that
he had some absinthe or something.
they believe that God is from, or Jesus is from America, from the United
Oh.
States. That's what they
I
believe.
mean, there are people that say that Africa or America is actually the real, true Africa. Have you
Well,
heard
who
that
are
one
these
before?
Yes,
people?
I heard a dude saying that the other day. He
But
said that
there's also people that say that the planet is flat.
Okay, I was like,
There's
are
also
these
people that
people
say
that
that
we know and we're reading stuff from? Because I'd like to stop if I am.
Yeah, man.
Somebody's
I
over
had
here
a-
like, Jesus of America.
I had a dude tell
Fuck
me the
that
other
guy.
day that we're not from Africa. We're Native Americans. We're from here.
We're from here.
Yeah,
The black people, right? You mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
African
Well,
Americans.
I definitely know that black people don't exclusively come from Africa. Like, there's lots of places.
What do you mean, though?
I mean,
Black people started. People started in Africa.
Well, no. Well,
The
I
out of
think
Africa theory.
people, I really do believe that people did. I think, and it's just a rabbit hole that I've been down a few times that I'm like, you know what, like, why do I feel comfortable with this? It sounds pretty good and it makes geological sense. I mean, you talk about the equator being absolutely perfect weather for a gestation of growing crops and people. Talking about the birth map. We're going into that all. Anyways.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
out of
Cultivating
Africa
people.
theory is, I mean, it's kind of been proven. It's still a theory, but they've kind of proven it with DNA.
Yeah.
You know, by showing that I
Yeah.
think it was a certain DNA that all of us share from a certain black woman that's from Africa. But yeah, man. But we have to understand
It's kind of
how
like
many
Genghis Khan there.
millions, how many thousands of years ago this was.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
was a long time ago.
Like
before
we really can't even. We can
most
say it, but we
religions
can't
were
even fully
set in
fathom.
place. Right. This is a long time ago. Like they even found out, like in China and Japanese, they found out that they were of darkened skin pigment when they came. Yes, there's proof of that. You
Connected
can
to the
find
Moors.
people along the line that shows they have afros, but they could look kind of Asian.
Yeah, I was
know what
talking
I'm
about the
saying?
corona.
Yeah.
Remember I was telling you
No
about
offense, but they're dark skinned and they look like this.
Yeah. So there's a connection, man. No one's saying that there isn't, but this is from
the whole Catholic
Yeah.
corona is actually to hide an afro. The whole
the
when you
halo
see
and everything,
that big yellow circle around
I heard
Jesus'
that
head,
too.
it's because they repainted him.
Oh yeah,
They took out his hair.
They hit that straightener.
Mhm.
They got that hot
Too
comb
much
off
sheen.
they
Yeah,
pulled that
man.
hot comb out the logs.
I mean, we all know
straighten it out.
that all these religions they began in Africa. Just by reading the books, you can tell just where they were. They were in the African Middle East region. You know, this is where they were.
Climate wise,
But
you can tell from all the stories.
Definitely. But at this time of the Bible, and the time that we're speaking of the out of Africa theory, we have to realize how many years have went by in these times.
Sorry, Instagram.
Because I think religion is only a couple thousand years old, if that.
Yeah, I know it's especially Judaic Christianity is not that old.
It's not that old.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're confusing times. And I mean, out of Africa theory is correct, but dude, it took a long time before these civilizations built, and DNA and mixing with it's proof that humans have mixed with Neanderthals. There's that proof is there. So we've mixed with all type, and we mix with other humanoids.
Humans have mixed with everything.
Right. There were other humanoids besides humans. And we do understand that also too.
Goats, sheep, horse. Like
I don't think
successfully
reproduced.
Not
With
necessarily. But I'm
Neanderthals,
saying
we did
humans have poked in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just humans. Anything that has a male species,
definitely
pretty fucking frisky.
Gosh, what was it? I can't remember now. But hey, we got a show today.
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, we're talking about a show.
But it's good. It's good that we kind of went off on that, because the show today is actually going to be all about learning, and we're all sharing information.
Yeah,
we're all I'm pretty sure we
Be
all
a
probably took a little something off
student.
each other just now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what it's
And
about.
the main focus of today is re-upping on the dream.
Staying
Meaning,
inspired.
yeah, staying inspired,
Yeah.
meaning always make sure you're a student of your craft and your passion.
Not just craft, but of life. Be a
Life as
student
well,
of
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Pay attention. Things are happening around you. What you do today might not signify your character tomorrow.
Right.
That's real.
And actually, that's kind of how I was thinking about it last night, because I don't like, as far as my income, I don't have a specific craft
Yeah.
that I'm doing. So mine literally would be a student of life, because the type of work I do is like I do yard work, I do deliveries, the other day I did an event staff at the zoo gig. Like I do a bunch of
Love
random
being at
stuff.
the zoo. I know people, this is a super unpopular opinion, but I fucking love the zoo. Something about it. Whenever I get there, I just see like young kids being like super hyped up, and like I remember what it was like to be at the zoo the first time, and that I don't know what it is, and I know lots of people feel some kind of way. The zoo that I go to is the World Wildlife Zoo, and I want to say 85% of them are rescues. They're animals that
Mhm.
can't live in the wild. You know, a little sea turtle with one arm and shit. He's not
Yeah.
doing business.
Yeah. He gonna get ate up real quick.
Yeah.
He gonna just be going in circles. And somebody go, look at this dude.
That's why they built the round tank for him. So he doesn't have no left. He's just doing right turns the whole time.
All the whole time. Like, oh, I missed the food. Get you on the way back around. But we do have a couple of segments, by the way, just in case you guys were wondering. So we're gonna do our first one first, that I like to get out of the way. And this will be the second time we get to announce our new sponsor for this segment.
Woo-woo.
So our segment is Health is Wealth, which is brought to you by Moss Boss, organic
Boss.
gel enriched sea moss. Get your order of sea moss ASAP. Contact Jessica Marrero on Facebook or on IG. Her IG is growing, so maybe she's been paying more attention to that. So if you really want to contact her,
Then you?
what was that? She's been growing more than me.
Right.
My follow or her.
No,
actually,
she's been paying more attention to Instagram than you. Is what I thought you was getting to. I didn't understand.
Actually, unfortunately, she kind of has lately. Like, but we've been both been busy. She's getting her business started, so I can't hate. I mean,
that's how it goes, man.
you know?
We're always get thrown to the side, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure she might have felt that once or twice. You know, I've got several businesses going, so yeah. But yeah, you can hit her up on IG at JESMARRER0, the number 0, Jess Marrero with a 0 instead of a O. And that would be probably the quickest way to contact her. But if you want, you can either check my last episode, which I highly encourage so I can get more views, for the Facebook or the email, or you can contact me directly for the Facebook or the email.
We need to put the mouse on the site, man.
On the website?
Yeah, for people can go to the site and order it and be able to get it shipped to them. We can ship it out, figure it out how to get it shipped to them.
Well, actually, she's not 100% ready to do the shipping, but I did let her know. I was like, that's definitely something.
That's a step you
wanna
got to
look
make.
into, yeah.
But yeah, we could talk about that, man. Putting it on the
yeah.
site and putting a link on there for people can order it.
Yeah, she's been doing the events lately. She did actually she did 2 back-to-back this weekend. She did 2 events, local events, where she had a nice little table set up. She did pretty good.
That's dope, man.
You know, so she's on her grind. Chicka.
Congrats.
Wealth for generations. We trying to do it, y'all. We trying to do it. So today, for Health is Wealth, what she has for us today is she wants to talk a little bit about chia seeds. And soon as she told me about this, I was gonna say that. As soon as she told me about that, I thought of 2 things: chia pets,
right,
and chia pudding.
Oh, I ain't never heard of that.
Which one? I don't really
I thought
mind.
about Chiba Hut. Shout out local sandwich.
Chiba has chia pudding.
No.
No. I was just saying Chiba. That's where my brain went.
Chiba.
The fat guy wants a sandwich.
But no, actually, before no cap. Oh, I can't believe I just said that right now. It just came out. It just
I'm gonna call a 14-year-old to kick you in the dick.
Sorry, Piers. It just came out. But Chiba Hut is phenomenal.
Yeah, I love it.
Dude, you know what? Speaking of like other, they have a good veggie sub though, but you don't fuck with bread, right?
Yeah, I don't really fuck with bread that much either. Yeah,
Dude,
I'm on that boring diet. And
diet.
Fuck with Player One Arcade, man. Fucking high recommendation and surprise. Dude, it's so dope. It's so dope. It's a local brewery that just has a pinball arcade inside of it.
Nice.
And it's like family friendly. If you bring your kids there, they're gonna no. This is here where I live in Surprise. It's
I don't know if you want to go out there, Dip.
It's far. It's far, but it's beautiful.
Yeah,
they got a
surprise if I make it out there.
That would have to be like an annual event for you, sir.
But yeah, that place is awesome. Well, I feel like, man, there's in the West Valley, there's nothing like where you could go with your kids and like there's no Dave and Buster's, none of that.
Yeah,
and even then that's like not really in the vein of like how we try and promote business or anything like that. Right. They're a local business, family run and stuff. It's right next to a little taco shop, same thing, family run taco shop right out there. It's Player One Arcade, man. If you mess with like old school Street Fighter, you mess with old school Mortal Kombat and any of that stuff, they got those.
Yeah, that's fun. But those games
when they balls with Johnny Cage,
those games were set up for us to lose. We do know
the arcade games.
Hell yeah.
Hell no, man, I used to.
They were set up. They were
when I was a little
created for you to lose.
But I used to kill at fucking Time Crisis. Every time
I
had like a good 3-year like.
You could beat it. You could beat the actual game.
I would go and beat it.
How much money would you spend beating it?
Probably like $5-10.
It was worth the air conditioning.
You were awesome, man.
In Arizona,
you were dope then.
I was pretty good, but also like not to put people out there. Like I grew up with essays. Like I've had my hands on guns and stuff like that. Like since I was probably like 14.
Ghouls and Goblins. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh,
what was the circus one? There was a circus one like that too.
You had the 3 different people, right? You had like a magician.
No, you had
a barbarian.
It was one dude. He had the little night suit on. And if you get hit once, his night suit would go off, and you would be in your underwear.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you get hit again,
it was more like a Zelda type game, an open game. I was thinking of like there was a circus game where it was like a fun house, and it was an open shooter, like where you're not in control, but it just floats you through to kill everything.
There's a lot of games like that.
Yeah, Resident Evil was like the apex of that, and then it kind of fell off after that. They were like, people kind of want to be able to turn around.
That was the only game that fucking scared me.
Resident Evil?
Yeah, but not at the arcade, at home. I was at home, late night, lights off, playing that shit by myself. One of them zombies just fucking jumped out and grabbed me. I was like, oh shit. I was like looking around in my own room by myself, like, did anybody see that? Like, no. Okay.
The older I get, the more I like to be scared. It sounds so stupid, but it's like, I think you get so calm and settled, and very little shit charges you up. So
right. Like
just watch a movie like, oh, that's what that's like. It's been a minute.
I can't even remember the last time I got scared off of a movie.
I just watched that Watcher thing. There's a couple little jump startles in it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. She was very proud. A few months ago, Jess got me. She got me good as fuck. Like she got me so good, like I grabbed her. Like, what
the fuck is wrong with you?
I was just like, ooh, it's you. Ooh, I don't know what I was about to do, but
that's fucking funny.
But yeah, so have you guys ever tried Chiba Hut?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried a Chia Pet?
No. We had one in I think it was like science class of one of those we grew it.
Was it Bob Ross? I feel like all the original old school ones were Bob Ross.
Or a sheep or one of those.
Oh, okay.
Ones. But we end up just watching the process, you know what I'm saying, and learning about how plants grow and all that.
Oh, kind of like a plant subject.
I think it was like a biology class.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm gonna give myself a little right now because I wasn't. Oh gosh, I think I was an adult already when I realized that the chia pets are actually chia seeds. Like I didn't realize that was. Like
well, I am this many years old when I just realized that I had no idea either. I could fall to assumption, but I had no idea.
Yeah, that's what you
I didn't even stop and think about it. Like it was
you like paste it over it. Over the
plant, over the thing. And you take the seeds and then they grow. Yeah. But I never I was an adult when I finally connected that. Like, oh, we're growing chia. Like, oh,
you know what tripped me out?
I thought it was just the name of it.
I thought Sprouts was like a plant. I didn't realize it was just the seedlings of all the shit we eat already. Like somebody told me that, like, oh, what kind of sprout did you get? I was like, kind.
It's baby murder, bro.
The fuck did you just say to me? And they're like, well, it's a fresh seed. That's
Sprouts is baby murder.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
I thought sprouts were
it's broccoli
one
sprouts,
sort
bean
of
sprouts.
vegetable.
No, man. If you're eating sprouts, you might as well go eat some veal.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're murdering babies.
Yeah, that's the way to go,
Babies,
man. You can raise sprouts in a napkin.
You can actually. You're gonna
I had one thing of those
big old
sprouts.
napkins to get pull off those sprouts though.
Well, no, I had a thing. It was, I want to say it was a raspberry tray that we. It might have even been you who told me. I forget who told me. This was like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a current, an active thing, but yeah, we just left it in our fridge and it just kept growing more.
Oh yeah,
it just kept like, I was like, all right, we'll just trim it like grass and eat this shit. Good stuff.
What about the pudding?
I've never heard of that.
I never tried chia pudding.
I never known that it was edible.
The two kinds of puddings I fuck with are flan and rice.
Flan.
What do you do with flan?
I eat it mainly.
Like, what do you put it? What do you put it in though?
I don't make it.
Flan
I just
is like
love it. It's like a congealed jello, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the dish?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about some flying seeds.
Oh
like,
no. That's usually like Hispanic culture, I think.
No,
other cultures do it too,
no,
but out here it's usually at like the Mexican spot.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No,
It looks weird to me.
it's almost like
dude. Give it a real honest shot.
It's like a vanilla
Smoke a
jello.
little reefer
Yeah,
and
it's
just fucking
jello
eat
and-
that shit. Oh my god,
You love it?
It's like if pudding and
it's
jello
not
had a
bad.
baby that was delicious and tasted like a churro.
Yeah,
I'll try it out
it's
one
like
day.
a vanilla kind of caramelly.
I look at it, I'm just like, it looks.
No, I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't look
It's
that
weird
appealing.
looking.
but
Can
it-
we be honest
but
about
flavor for
all
flavor?
Hispanic food doesn't look appealing
It
until
doesn't.
somebody's like, dress it up, put a little bit of
Right.
garnishment on the side of that thing.
Put a fucking lemon on it in a fucking
Like, it's like,
cilantro
no,
sprig.
douse beans and cheese on that motherfucker. It's
For real,
ready.
dude. They don't believe in all that presentation. They just could get. The
Why
shit
would you if
ready.
your food tastes so good? You don't
No,
need
you're
to
right.
pretend.
And then
If you buy someone a Porsche, you don't need to put that stupid little bun
The little bow on it.
bow on it. No,
Right.
you bought him a Porsche, bitch.
and the shit that has a great presentation usually tastes like shit anyway.
Oh, fucking
Right.
for real. Thank you. Thank you. We went to a Michelin
Or-
star restaurant one time and I was like, this was delicious, but I'm fucking hungry. I just
Yeah.
gave you fucking $98 for fucking 2 ounces of meat.
That was gonna be my second thing.
Jesus.
It's like it's either nasty or it ain't enough. It's
not
a
lot.
sample.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
$40
I've been
for a
in
sample.
Costco and got fuller than this fucking Michelin meal right here. Fuck out of here.
Like I'm gonna take my hat off and go get another sample. They're gonna think I'm somebody different.
You can have a
Excuse me.
5-course meal in these restaurants, bro, and come out
right,
hungry because
right.
the shit they
Yeah.
give you as the appetizer and then the what they call it, the amuse bouche or whatever they call it, all that bullshit. It's like this.
Yep.
It's so little, dog. Like, what are we going? What am
If I'm having scallops, I'd like 11, please.
It's
I don't want to
scallop
fuck around
one.
with
It's
2
always
of them.
one.
One and a
a
little.
little thing on
sauce.
Is he
top.
wearing a hat? That's cute,
sauce.
but I'm hungry.
Don't get me wrong though. Like I was cooking. I used to play and I used to love making stuff look pretty. But yeah, I would sometimes I look back at it and be like, "This is all we doing, chef? Like I'm done."
Yeah, man.
Okay, we're just gonna put this scallop, sprig, sauce. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If y'all ever gonna have an event too, you need to holler at Elijah to fucking fix you up proper. Just because the motherfucker doesn't eat meat don't mean he doesn't know how it works.
I dabble a little bit in the
Yeah,
in the
he fuck around
culinary
with the
field.
cookery.
A little bit. You guys could have came to the barbecue and saw. You could have had some delicious vegan burgers. We had
Man, I don't
potato
mind.
salad.
Dude,
don't
I've
mind
been
the
tripping
Beyond
about this
Burger, man.
vegan burger shit. I can't fuck with it now. It's fucking like wildly bad for you. Have you seen this? It's
Yeah,
like
it's
fucking
not
chock
that
full
good.
of seed oil. It's like one of the most processed things. The UK was gonna fucking say no dice on it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they did. The only reason they greenlit it was through political influence. They were like, look, fucking.
And to be honest, like the crazy thing about it is both of the majors, Impossible and Beyond,
Mhm.
they both redid their ingredient list, their recipe.
Really?
I'd
and
have to
it's
check it out
better.
more. I'll check it out.
It's
Well,
not
what makes me
great, but
mad is it was
but
good. It was good.
looked
So
at it
when it came
recently,
out,
you
I
probably
was.
saw the new one. If you
Oh,
looked at it
okay, yeah,
recently.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
not like a day ago, like in the last
Oh,
like
okay,
couple
yeah,
months.
yeah.
I don't really look at those things as something that's going to be like 100% great for you.
It's not a valuable
Yeah,
option.
no,
And I don't think that's what it's
exactly
really about. I
yeah,
just think it's
that's
about
exactly what
that
it's
we
for.
need to figure out alternatives
Yeah.
to meat, because our meat consumption is not, we can't keep it up the way we're going.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Well,
We can't
even
sustain it,
what
period.
a lot of people don't talk about though is that we have in produce waste and what we use to make produce, we have way more produce waste than we have agricultural meat waste.
Wow.
But we don't talk about that because it doesn't do anything. It essentially is biodegradable whenever that all goes to waste. But what they don't talk about is all of the land that they had to use to grow it,
Right.
all of the trucks they had to use to move it,
Right.
all the animals that get displaced when you farm it. All that, the ethical shit is a ruse until you mean it for real, until it's across the board ethical, until you're like, all right, well, what's the impact of this? What's the science say about it? Well, if it's still fucking emitting obnoxious amounts of greenhouse gas, it's not really part of the plan. It's not really helping. And I think, sometimes you got to re-steer and be practical and look at all of this stuff. And not to say that it's bad either, but to be like, all right, well, we got some new facts.
There's also a lot of studies too where they're trying to grow up instead of using land.
Yeah.
There's a whole facility out.
You're talking about aquaponics?
Yeah.
Not necessarily just aquaponics, but that is a route they're going to where they have the tubes in the house and they
So the reason that stuff I get behind that, and if the science changes, don't be mad at me. But the reason I get behind that is because you're creating a new, healthier ecosystem for an animal, and you're providing yourself with the food, which I think we can do that. We're so smart. We're fucking around, guys. Like the smartest people in the building are being paid to do the wrong fucking thing.
Yes.
So the idea, like, we could fucking shoot up a fucking crazy ass rocket into the sky that fucking has half the people fucking shitting in their britches. But we can't figure out how to ethically treat animals and how to ethically get food sources. That I don't think that's really true. I think
it's definitely
it's all about money.
You can,
man.
and if you look back at it, and you can plainly see that it's all about money. Like just with the whole the marijuana situation. The reason why marijuana was illegal was a money issue. The reason why marijuana is legal is a money issue.
Well, because they had just patented a new way to a new cotton gin and a new way to
and hemp
particleize
material was like the #1 material that we were using at that time for clothing.
Oh yeah,
and they were trying to get cotton up. The people who owned cotton, they were basically, when it came down to it, the people that owned cotton were more powerful than the people that were running the hemp. And the people that were running the cotton was like, well, we don't want your competition.
It also happened because they were doing multiple textiles. That's really where they got them, is that they figured out, hey, we can produce paper, cardboard, we can produce all these things. But before we do it, we're going to establish ourselves in each of those fields, giving them just way more leverage. And I really think that's what's happening with electric cars right now. People don't want to hear this shit, but what we're doing to the fucking Earth's core is fucking crazy. Like, you do the research on these fucking batteries, man. This is the
lithium.
Yeah, this is a fucking crazy gamble. I mean, this is fucking, we're talking about like fucking with tectonic plates and magma and fucking digging through fucking millions of years of established Earth. Like, we don't realize our impact on what we do when we mine copper or we mine anything. Established Earth got that way through lots of years of it needing to be that.
We realize, though, at the same time that we can't keep burning fossil fuels either. I mean, it's
but I think that's the problem, is that it's too linear. It's like, well, here's fossil fuels here and here's electric cars here. But like, we forget in 1985, a guy created a car that ran off of hydrogen. Which had literally almost no emissions. But what happens? Somebody gets cut out.
They said it's dangerous, right?
Well, they're going to say anything's dangerous. Those fucking cars with the batteries exploding at fucking...
They are in Florida because of the flooding.
So all that stuff's dangerous.
There's talks of that being implemented, though, now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you heard.
No, I haven't. But I think we need to keep that conversation. All those conversations should be up. We need to stop acting like because somebody says something we're not used to hearing that they're crazy.
Right? It can't be one. It's not going to be one answer.
No, yes,
for
yes,
And there has to be one
replacing
answer. You're
Well,
crazy.
because I
can't
was
be.
saying this
I'm
too
just
about
joking.
the fact that, like, look, the reason like you had reduced air pollution and stuff like that through I think it was like early 2000s or whatever in the East Coast was because they had the transit initiative. So they start essentially saying, hey, public transit should be able to get you anywhere within 20 minutes. Within, if it's a 20-minute travel time, it shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes to get somewhere that takes 20 minutes. So meaning that when you show up to the train station, you shouldn't be uh 40 minutes in transit to go 20 minutes. You should, you know what I mean? It should be relative. And when they started doing that, well, then what happens is more people start taking public transit. It becomes more appealing. They make public transit safer. And then more people, well, now you see a big decrease in that. Well, what happened? We had a pandemic. We took out all this security and all this police stuff. And now people don't want to ride the subway because motherfuckers are shoving each other in front of the subway and doing all this wild shit again. That's not by coincidence, guys. That wasn't somebody going like, whoops. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was calculated. It was a calculated move. And I really think, and people think I'm crazy, I'll put my tinfoil hat on later, but it's to regentrify those areas. It's to make those areas obtainable to the fucking super rich so that they can once again take out whole sections of that area. And they do it pretty frequently, it feels like. And that might not be the only reason. Like I said, put my tinfoil hat on, but
Hey man, we hope that things are headed in the right direction is what I always say. You know what I mean? For everyone, man. And it's just so hard when you have people who don't want to move forward and they just against any type movement towards anything new. I understand like the
Right.
batteries, it does have some drawbacks. I
right.
don't think there's
I just think we need to
anything
look in. I think
that's
we need to
not
be
going to have
conscious.
drawbacks. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Yeah,
Yes. And accepting that everything has a trade-off. No matter
Yep,
what you do in this
exactly.
life, everything has a
It has a
trade-off.
trade-off.
You know what
Yep.
I mean? If you want to get fit, well, your family life's going to sacrifice a little bit because
Yep.
being at the gym, eating the
Yeah.
right thing and all that takes time. And you could run that up the ladder on anything. You want to be
Yeah,
a
for
race car
sure.
driver, some things are going to be sacrificed.
And like I totally agree with what Dip said earlier. Like there's not just one answer. Like as far as the fuel thing, I feel like we should be
get rid of
looking
the
into
linear
all of these.
conversation.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
rid
yeah.
of the linear conversation. One guy, we can't look at Elon Musk
No.
or somebody and be like, save us.
That's the answer,
Yeah.
right?
No, fuck
And
out
I
of
think
here.
that's what everybody's wants. It's going to
Yeah.
be a conglomerate of
Yeah.
ideas that comes together.
And
Let's do some electric cars. Let's have some hydrogen.
Yeah.
We're still going to have gasoline cars too.
Yeah,
So
let's
I mean,
get real public transit in real metro areas.
yeah.
We talk about fastest growing city. We're really proud to wave that motherfucking badge around.
but
Whoa,
we haven't-
fastest growing city.
we haven't did shit.
But yeah, the infrastructure sucks. The
Right.
civic
Terrible.
planning is garbage.
We
Yeah.
said, I mean,
You know?
the whole West Coast was planned off driving, and that was just a bad decision, man. A horrible decision. The Northwest, they did a better job of keeping their central transits going on. When they all have trolleys, they all have all those things still.
Mhm.
I think Phoenix wasn't in time. It
We're
was
too
after all
spread
that
out.
stuff anyway. But
Well, we
built
had
our
some of
cities
that
for
stuff. We
cars.
had a trolley system
no,
here,
did we?
but
have
it
some
it
stuff,
just
but
didn't work.
Yeah, we had
because
it
we had
downtown.
yeah,
Trolley
yep.
system
Okay.
downtown.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So why did they scrap it all? It's
Because
so
it
dumb,
didn't
man.
work. And also in the 1970s, we forget about the horsepower and the fucking the bravado of earning. We forget that like it meant something to have a badass car,
Yeah.
to have a
Yeah.
fucking house in the suburbs. You didn't want to be inner city.
I know.
Inner city became a bad word.
It was bad.
So that I think it sucks to look at it and see it kind of where it is, but also to remind ourselves like, hey, when somebody has that weird idea and somebody's saying, hey, look what we did right in the past. Our past shouldn't only be the things we don't do.
Mhm.
It should also be the things we go, well, that worked really well for us. More sovereignty worked great for the United States when we had multiple factories producing lots of things
Man,
that were American. One, our quality was greater.
that's
And
real.
two is that the American dollar, people forget this, and we actually we stole this from Black Wall Street. Maintain your own fucking dollar
That's
within your
real.
own fucking community.
It's real.
Buy from local people. Buy from within your area.
I
Those
just don't
things are
understand
big.
what happened, bro. We're all old enough to remember Buy America, Buy America. I
Mhm.
It's
remember
because
everything.
all the major manufacturers want to pay
Well,
cheap. and they
Well, and
took,
also what happened
disappeared
is
overnight.
and then
equality got denied. There was a time where, see, in the 1980s, we should have, when China first came over with the cars, with Honda and stuff like that, we should have, instead of trying to buy motors from them, we should have learned, and we should have took our boys to school
Yep.
and learned how to do these types of
Yep.
motors, but instead we bought the Geo Metro
Yep.
garbage. We bought the Saturn
Yep.
garbage. We bought all of these other products from them. Well, what they're going to give us is not the same as what
Yep.
they're
Yeah,
going to sell. Why the
definitely.
fuck would you do that?
We were
Right.
supposed to figure out what they're doing, and we were
And
supposed
we
to go with
didn't.
their
they
We
do it
went
to
the
us.
other way. We went the other way. Look
Yep.
at Chevy in 2000. It's not a fucking human being on earth who wants to admit driving a Corsica.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
what?
yeah, exactly. It's erased from the laurels of history. It was what replaced the Impala.
The crazy part is, if we've watched their cars come from shit to Shinola, like we've watched them just get better.
Think about
and
this.
better,
Their
and
car
better,
used to
and better,
only be
and better. Just blowing us out the
$2,000
water.
something dollars, brand new.
Right.
While our car was like $6,000
Right.
brand new. Now their car is $34,000 brand new, and ours is still $16,000 brand new.
Right.
Why? Well,
Because our shit is shit.
it's not
trash.
well, but that's not even true, because what happened is that we ruined our reputation. When you look at the Chevy Cobalt whooped the shit, and it's one of the worst selling Chevy cars. It whooped the shit out of the Accord and the Honda Civic for
As far as what?
it. So they do a road test to put however many 100,000 miles until you lose a major seal.
Okay.
So
So it was
they
better put together. Wow.
yeah, they beat them.
So okay, because that's what I was gonna get to. Is
The
that
car was
their
so
engines-
ugly, bro, and it just
Right.
lacked what Americans want from American cars. The people who are willing to buy American cars don't want Hondas; they want Dodges.
That's real.
You know what I mean? If I walked you into a showroom and I said, "Would you like to get this Santa Cruz or the Avenger?" You're gonna pick the Avenger because it has a body and it looks like a man's car, or it looks like an aggressive car, or whatever you want to say. Unfortunately, the larger part of the American car company, they just don't get it. They just
Yeah.
don't understand. Like, your value has to be both things. It has to make us feel proud to drive it because it's an American car, but also has to have the quality of a Japanese car.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And that's hard. I feel like it's a hard thing to balance. And I feel like the companies that really get it and that have had really great years in America in the last few years, they somehow balance that.
Yeah.
You know
Let's
what I
take
mean?
a quick break, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Pay some bills. Habari Live. Gotta pay them bills.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
No. That's who's being sponsored. Oh,
Okay.
and we're back. We're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, you know what? I like being transparent. We were just talking about how I haven't even used any of the outline. But it's awesome though, because I love it when the show comes out organic. I
Yes.
feel like it's better for you guys instead of me possibly being robotic and saying like, okay, this is next segment. Let's go to this one now. But real quick though, I do want to
Step back.
I do want to talk about the health is wealth segment though, just because I feel like it's really important to get that out there. Like I always say, we don't want to get together, make our riches, and become worldly, filthy rich, and not be able to enjoy any of it. So we have to keep our health in mind. Like, who wants to be 58 years old and having to take that big old tray of pills. You got five different pills in each day, and then you got your walker, and you can't even go to Disneyland with the grandkids. You got to
All
ice
that
the
shit sounds
knees.
amazing because in that story I have insurance.
I mean, you'll still have insurance when we're 19. Well,
No,
we
you
won't be
said
worried.
still.
We won't be worried about insurance when we're wealthy because we'll be able to just buy anything that we need straight up.
That's true.
It's so true.
I wonder.
It's
I
so
do
true.
now wonder if you have an on-call doctor and you own a practice. Do you have insurance?
Right? Do
Yeah,
doctors
I
have
would think so.
insurance?
Yeah, they still have to be insured.
But can you just do it yourself?
No.
But I'm saying
some stuff.
not the insurance for being a doctor. Like obviously you got to have your malpractice and all that. But I'm like,
No, they're covered. Yeah, they have to be.
They're probably covered through the hospital or something. Or you think they have to have like their own insurance?
Well, I don't know if they're seen as a I think they're
they're not-
hired on as just like you and I. They're not seen as
just like
independent contractors.
Oh, I thought doctors got to float.
I don't think they're seen as independent. I don't know. Some of them might be.
I think it would depend on whatever your contract is because
Yeah.
there's different medical contracts for each people. Like one of the guys that works with my wife, he does procedures at a Banner facility, but they're not connected. They're not affiliated with Banner.
Okay.
So he's probably kind of
he has a contract where he works with them.
Yeah.
But he owns his own practice.
Right.
So that means he
And that's what I'm saying.
would have to cover himself in that situation.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I couldn't imagine being like, yeah, I'm just gonna give $400 to this thing that I do every day, and I'm in a room full of motherfuckers who could do for me.
Yeah, but
that sounds
how it is.
silly.
It's so
shit.
dumb. But I would think that they would be the main people against it, but they are.
I'd like to know who started the trap of insurance too. That's some horse shit.
Dude, it's some bullshit. I hate it.
When you're 20 years old, what the fuck could you possibly? I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand there's tragedies among us all, but that's just like to pay every single.
But you don't think of that.
Oh
and you're
God,
18,
so
19.
silly.
You don't think nothing's
You're
going to happen to you.
Superman.
You think you're going to be able to fly and everything's going to be great forever. So that's just how the mentality is at that age. So
I mean,
it's
I was
so
good through
hard.
my teens, though. I got lucky.
And they are the main ones that's driving our insurance prices and shit up because they will not get it. But now they're covered by their parents in most cases, not all cases. But
I just think we need universal health care, man. I think we just
Man.
need to. We put so much money into fucking nuclear bombs. I don't know. Somebody
I don't
explained to me
understand.
how many times that you'll pay for like an onslaught in your life, like meaning that you'll literally pay into the military enough for them to lead a group of people and to murder some other people, but you can't.
Why do you have to put it like that? Like,
Well, because it's fucking
gonna go
real.
murder
That's
some
what our
people.
money does. Like,
True,
and then
bro.
they'll be like,
It's real.
"What? You greedy fucks actually want to fucking be healthy? How dare
real.
you ask the patriot fucking Uncle Sam to make you healthy?
But
We're
dude,
busy. We got people to fucking murder. We created remote control cars to kill fucking children. I don't have time for you.
and planes.
I think
Drones
so,
and
man, on
cars
the
and
real.
things.
Robot, they have fucking
To
hands.
be honest, though, I think with the whole prescription side of the
Uh-huh.
medical field,
Right.
that should be able to be like what they're generating from the prescription side should be enough to kind of help us as American people to either.
Dude, nowhere in the
insurance more
world pays
affordable.
as much as us
No
for
one pays as much as
pharmaceuticals.
us.
And
No
that's
one
what
in
I'm
the
saying.
fucking world.
I'm saying as much money as this country
And all
is
these other
generating
people
from
got
that, they should be
fucking
able to help us
healthcare.
out a little bit.
All these people got health care. You know
But
what
the
I
thing
mean? You
is,
go
though,
to these
is
fucking
this.
foreign countries and they
It's like
fucking they're not over here
America's-
crying.
America's thought pattern on sharing and helping their neighbor
Oh,
is fuck you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
until we say, hey, if I help my neighbor and he's healthier, maybe he won't come over here and kill me and shoot my house up. You know,
Right.
we can't think of these things as maybe if we get these people health care, maybe they can get help and they won't go shoot up a school.
Yeah.
Like, we don't think that these
Dude,
we're,
what a
we're
great
thinking
point.
some Mexican is going to
What
come
a
over the
great
border
point.
and they're going to get free health care off of my dollar. That's what we're thinking.
Anytime all the
There's
school
a,
shooters got a last name like Smith.
There's a quote on
Devin.
a Dead Prez CD off of one of the skits where it says that if you take away the healthcare and you take away darn, what was the term for it? The food help.
Mhm.
If you take away healthcare, you take away food help. Like, what do you expect us to do but resort to crime? Because we can't get food, we can't get help with our health,
How much
and we can't
crime
afford it.
would
So
be-
if I'm really like,
Have you ever
I
seen
try-
Have you ever seen the movie John Q?
Yeah, definitely.
Love that. That is the fucking temperance league of what I'm saying right now.
Mhm.
That is the women literally in the streets. Like that type of situation happens because motherfuckers just don't have any options. You run out of fucking options.
But he took over the
Fuck it.
hospital because he couldn't get his son, I
Right.
think, a heart transplant.
Right.
Oh,
You
I
gonna
wanted
do
to
this
see that
fucking
movie.
heart
Yeah,
transplant.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, God, so
I
good.
haven't seen it.
I fucking hate how good Denzel Washington is. Like,
Yeah,
fuck
he's
you,
such a
man.
good
Get the
actor.
fuck out of here. How'd you get so good? And he's so great in interviews. Anytime somebody says some snide shit to him, he's like, let me fix you up, Playboy.
Man,
Let
I
me
feel
just
like
put this on
he's
you.
our era of Billy D.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
He's
He's
our
the
era
man,
of
though.
Billy D. Williams, man.
But he's
Isn't
a
you can't-
way
I
better
can't-
actor
I was
than
gonna
Billy
say-
D. Williams, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and
But
I
I'm
think
talking
he's
about
more
the-
outspoken too, though. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like because of the,
Oh, but
unfortunately,
but
the
the time.
circumstances that Billy lived in,
Right.
Yeah, that
We're
time
different.
he was in, he
they,
couldn't,
they were different.
couldn't
Yeah.
speak out as much. But I meant more of like the way he's accepted.
Oh, yeah,
adored,
definitely.
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
way, like it's almost like he can't do no wrong.
But it's also because of personal accountability. Like, people try and make him something, and then he is the self-corrector. He doesn't
Mhm.
need anybody to be like, "Hey, buddy, don't jump on Ellen's couch."
Right.
You know, that shit doesn't. They don't have that conversation with him.
Yeah.
He's the man.
But real quick about those chia seeds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I would just go through real quick, just to let you know they're good for you. All right, that's it.
Lots
No.
of antioxidants. There's some
Yeah,
vitamins,
listen.
some probiotics in there.
Antioxidants.
Anything you read on the health things, they're in that
Yeah,
chia
yeah,
seed
yeah.
too.
It's got omega 3s, it's got omega 6s, you know, it's good. It's got good.
It's got
fatty
omega
acids.
man.
So how would you say that people need to ingest these seeds? What they would put them in?
Well, you got
Can you give us a couple ways that we
yeah,
could?
yeah, for sure. You got a couple different choices. You can go the KC route with your sprouts. You can do chia sprouts, which actually I'm just throwing out there. I never heard anybody actually doing that, but I would assume you could.
Well,
Just
I
pick them off your chia pet.
Ugh.
But I know you can do chia pudding.
Okay.
So that was one you say you hadn't heard of. So
No.
I haven't eaten it, but I've looked up and I made it before. So basically, all it really is you just put a liquid with the chia seeds, and they automatically will form kind of like a gelatinous.
Yeah, because it does go really gelatinous real fast.
Yeah. So you just let it sit in the
so that's
fridge.
why I put them in all the
But-
boba stuff.
Yes, exactly. That was
Dude,
going to be my
there you
next one.
go.
You can put it
Yeah.
in your shakes and stuff. That's how I usually, if I'm
Oh.
consuming it, I usually put it in my
So
shakes.
is that what's in the bobas? Those usually?
Boba is
No, they have, like-
tapioca and
Okay.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
different
yeah.
thing, but they put it in there with it. It's a good
Yeah, they put it
texture
in
with
the boba drinks. Not
Okay.
the boba.
Okay.
Not the
Mm.
balls.
That's not
but it's
the
in
little
drink.
balls. That's
What
not
a
the
great
little
mystery
ball.
too. We don't know what the fuck is in boba. Huh?
It's tapioca.
It's like,
Is
is
it
it really
tapioca?
tapioca?
Yeah.
I didn't know
My
tapioca was
stepdaughter-
that
My
big.
stepdaughter
Oh.
tried to make it. That's the only reason I know.
And
Oh, okay.
tapioca,
All right, all
tapioca
right.
is a plant, right?
Sure.
Because it's not man-made, right? Tapioca. It's something that you get, the little balls.
That part, we're going back to Casey's comment. That it's amazing that we have no idea what tapioca is.
We don't know.
There's tapioca pudding.
I don't know what
We
it's
know the
come from,
name, but
man.
not really the contents of the
Nobody
material.
knows where this shit comes
And
from.
motherfuckers be tearing up that tapioca pudding too.
I love tapioca and rice pudding. I'm a texture
Yeah.
person. When I eat, I like texture in my shit.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
tapioca is one of those things. It
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a great
I'm
taste,
like,
but if you don't like the texture,
Yeah.
I don't like mushy and like too gooey. Like too.
Yeah, you're not gonna fuck with flan either, then, bro.
No,
Yeah,
I've
you're
had
not
it,
gonna like
but
that.
I'm not. But it was kind of like the texture thing. Like,
Yeah.
like don't get me wrong. There's a lot of stuff that I don't eat now that I understand. The flavor is fucking like a steak.
Right.
I will not eat a steak ever again in my life. But I know a good medium rare steak seasoned right is fucking delicious. It
Yeah,
just
it's-
melts in your
So
mouth.
the ghost
and
of Anthony Bourdain shows up right fucking now. He takes you to fucking Chile. It's like, I'm gonna make the best Chilean steak you've ever had in your life. You give up the life experience for what?
well, Anthony's not here.
No, but I just said the
anymore, right?
ghost. Literally,
Oh, the
God
ghost.
intervenes. He brings you the man who can make you the steak of all fucking steaks, and he takes you to a beautiful place to eat it. You just give up the experience because
Like, can't we just go there? And chill?
yeah.
Like,
So
we
you
can
just
go
give up
there
the
and
experience. You do.
smoke,
You just
like,
give it up. You're
I'm
just
having
like,
a steak.
nah.
So.
smoke a blunt with
Yeah,
a
yeah.
ghost.
Yeah.
I'd rather just go and smoke a blunt with Anthony's ghost.
That's strong, man. That's strong. I'm not mad at you for it. If that's
I mean, as long as I
if
can
that's
still
how
go.
you feel about it.
As long
No,
as I
no,
can
no,
still
no,
go.
no. The experience is exclusive to that thing. If you give it all up,
What if I
you
just
give it all up.
What if I just taste it and spit it out?
What does that do? Does the cow then all of a sudden get reincarnated? They're like, don't worry, Ganesh, that cow can
Well,
come to
no.
heaven.
See, and that's the thing. That's the thing is like I don't talk about it a lot, but my choice, like it, I do have a love for animals. I do have a love
Right.
for the earth and everything like that. But I am by no means one of these hardcore vegans. Like I'm not like, oh my god, like people should die for eating cows. And no,
Right.
if you're gonna eat a cow, you're gonna eat a pig. That's you.
Right.
Do you listen to your body? Is what I say.
Right.
And my body doesn't agree with it.
Right.
That's why I don't eat it. I get really bad migraines.
Motherfucker, you drink whiskey. Your body also doesn't agree with that shit. Not whiskey,
really
sorry,
drink
tequila. You drink tequila. None of our bodies agrees with alcohol. That's some more shit.
I don't even drink
You don't think
alcohol
just
like
a
that,
little
though.
bit is like, because I was a vegetarian for 4 years, and there's just a little bit something whenever you tell people like, I don't need that. I don't need that.
I've never drinking tequila and given me a migraine. The day I freaking go hard on tequila and I get a migraine is the day that I stop drinking Bacardi. And all those drinkers people that used to drink with me, I stopped drinking Bacardi because that shit gave me migraines.
Pork, though, but I don't eat pork because it just, when I first started eating it, you know, I used to get all sick and shit, and then you kind of built up a tolerance for it. Then when I stopped eating it and then tried to eat it, I got sick as hell. Like it really fucked me up. Like I'm like, Doug, I'm
really particular about where I get certain meat. I'm gonna be honest. I do go. I'm pretentious as fuck, and this is my fucking giant ass privilege. I go to a butcher, man, because I don't like
grocery store
shit. Yeah, they just don't vet the process. It's unethical too. Like I'd rather just know like this cow's from Buckeye and be like, oh, cool.
And for a long, like I think I might be in Dip's position now because it's been so long. But in the beginning, that's what I used to say. Like, if I could source it back and I knew that it was a good, clean meat, I might eat it.
Right.
But I'm also not a hunter. And at the time, I'm like, I'm not going to go out of my way to go find the right butcher to go.
Right.
Like, and I'm not going to go hunt it myself.
Right. I still eat a lot of vegetarian meals, but I got super sick from being a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just.
Were you losing vitamins and things like that?
Yeah, I was losing muscle mass like you can't fucking believe. Like I grew fucking tits in a fucking year. Like it was crazy. And then
your testosterone was down too, or what?
I don't know, because I never went in and got stuff. I talked to a friend who's a nutritionalist, and she's like, it sounds like you're having a hard time eating as a healthy vegetarian. It sounds like you don't have enough time to do your meal prep, and in which case you're depriving yourself of very valid shit you have to have in your diet because you're accustomed to it. You've been raised on these things. If you cut all that out of your diet, and I don't know if you saw me whenever I went crazy, but like I was vegetarian and I was keto, and I weighed maybe like 146 pounds, which for my frame is fucking insane. It was like as light as I was in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I generally stay at like fucking 220. So that was like
crazy.
There's nothing, you're not helping. You're absolutely not helping. You're not getting any nutrition.
You can definitely do it wrong. Like even the biggest
and I think a lot of people don't understand how much calories you need to be healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People
and luckily I've been in and out of the gym for a long time. So I knew
well, you also have a nutritional aspect to your life. So Jess has been in the nutritional business for how long now?
She's been doing
because I know she did colonics and different stuff.
Man, I always mess up that word. The colonoscopy. There we go. That's the title of it. But I always mess up the word. So she's been doing that. Oh gosh, man, maybe like 4 years, 3 years, something like that. But
you guys had
always been interested in healthier options. And then as we've learned and dug more, we've also decided to listen to our bodies more, and we've learned more. So it's like, okay, now I know that like for instance, when I was young, I thought being healthy was eating tuna and making sure I had a glass of milk in the morning.
Right.
But now that I'm older, I'm like, why the fuck was I drinking milk?
Right.
Like I was eating canned tuna.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Well, you also have to look at it comparatively to what you were eating prior to establishing those as your healthy attributes. And as you move forward, obviously you're going to develop it better. But yeah, I feel like though, like 85% of people that I see in you know, I'm a vegetarian. It's a cultural high ground. You know, you see them, they'll demonize anything in their platform. They don't vet the process. They'll be like, oh, look, here's all this. And it's some footage that's 16 years old and it's been doctored up to look like a modern thing. And it's like, well, that doesn't feel personal. That feels weird. That feels
Right.
like you're like the police of food.
And see, like
You
I'll
know?
never, I don't even really talk about it honestly, unless it's brought up. If someone brings it up to me, then I'll talk about my diet. But I'm not here to really change anybody, except for when we're talking about Ray and Sons. Ray and Sons, that's totally here.
You
to
know
change
what
your
I
fucking
do
life.
think should be fucking changed is the FDA's decisions on which foods to ban and which not.
Yes.
If to me,
Oh, I'm
if,
sorry. Just his
if,
title is a hydrocolon therapist.
oh,
Colonoscopy is a medical
Yeah,
procedure.
that's what I was saying too. I didn't want to correct you, but I was like, I thought she did colonics, and I don't know what her title is, but I know it ain't colonoscopy.
She's watching right now. She
Yeah.
corrected me.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
My
good,
bad.
good someone was able
My
to help you
bad.
out, bro.
Yeah,
But,
I have
it's my thing was what was I just saying?
the FDA and how they need to better regulate food.
Yeah, they
Oh, yeah,
let
yeah.
anything go through, man.
There's stupid shit. There's
To
like,
me,
there's
if
like
it
certain,
should be a worldwide group that's getting together.
yes.
And they should ban this shit worldwide.
Yeah.
And countries shouldn't have the decisions to be able to make these decisions based off
Politically.
money and
Yeah.
politics for them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if it's
I agree
banned in all
100%
the
with
other
that.
areas of the country, why the hell do we have it?
There's
fucking
no reason
okay?
why
Well, you
we
look
should have
at-
things here that's banned somewhere else.
You look at
Everywhere.
what
Like,
Dow
there's no-
had invested in our government, and they're a chemical company. That's fucking insane. You
Right.
look at what Monsanto had invested in the 1960s. Monsanto had 4 attractions in Disneyland. People, that's fucking wild.
They had 4 attractions.
4 attractions in Disneyland. Look it up. Monsanto.
That's the
That's
Monsanto?
Monsanto.
Okay,
sorry,
okay.
whatever.
I was
One of
gonna
them's
say, I
a
was like, the
pedophile. The other one's killing kids. They're just doing the same shit at different times of the day.
Yeah, Monsanto. Yeah, man. It's a worldwide problem with them because I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, because they're the industry standard. They're the ones who have implemented and taught other companies how to use these products, and they're selling them these products, these fillers.
And other countries beginning to use those products over the last 30, 40 years, and
they're seeing the problem
to
too.
see the issues with that we're beginning to see with our crops and destroying other crops and chemicals getting into other crops, into our water sources. And
what they don't talk about too is that you keep adjusting a plant, and what's going to happen to the thing that consumes the plant. And I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the insects.
the bugs.
Well, they're going to evolve and they're going to change. Well, if they do that, some of the things that eat them may no longer eat them, or may eat them at a greater rate. Whatever it
Or
is,
do the
it
same.
changes the ecosystem.
Or do the same, evolve as well.
Yeah, I mean, in some smaller likeliness, but the reality is, like, when the banana changed, we started eating it. Whenever it actually was sweet and it didn't taste like a plantain anymore.
But it got diseased, right?
I think that's, I don't want to
The
say it is,
original
but I
banana?
believe
The
that is what
original
happened.
banana, it got a lot of insects infested it, and then that's the reason why we went to the banana we eat now.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
the point of there's things that we now eat pretty regularly. Somebody was explaining to me the relativity of dragon fruit. Everybody's like on dragon fruit. Well, we figured out a way to grow this fucking anywhere, and it's super. It's a genetically modified fucking plant that they've really figured out now. So now you see it in grocery stores.
Yeah, because
like
it was
fries.
never seen
All over,
before.
yeah.
Like it was something that you would only get from Asia, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But that happens with plants and stuff like that. And insects are no fucking different. They're creatures of necessity. The fucking things that eat those, we don't want to see what happens if wolves leave, guys. We don't want to see what happens when we start fucking with shit on that real
That's
level.
real, man.
That's why that accountability, it needs to be there.
Predators,
we need to
man.
look at those
We need our
things.
predators. Like,
It's
very crazy. I mean, we need
Monsanto and all of
we need
these-
our insects as well too. But
that's what I'm saying. It
need
has to
them
be done
all.
in moderation, man. We can't just say across the board we need to do this. It has to be done when we see insect problems, then we use it. We can't use it to just flat out
preemptively,
just keep
They have
all
to be
insects
forever
away.
That's a
from
great point that
forever.
nobody makes. Nobody talks about the fact that how much stuff we do that's preemptive for problems we don't fucking have.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
So we're trying to keep the shit from happening, but the idea is just let the thing happen, and then you fight it.
Then you can mitigate the problem appropriately.
Right. And instead of just trying to keep it from happening, period, we're making super bugs out of that. Because they're going to keep on getting more and more strong to be able to handle these things that we're trying to fight them from. And then one day we're not going to be able to make anything that's strong enough that the insects will be stay away from.
Yeah,
And then they're gonna start coming after us.
Mothra.
But there's a quote though that my one of my first culinary chefs I used to work with, he said sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah, it's real.
And I only say that because like sometimes we, like you said, we need to just go through the process.
That explains Elijah's dating career.
Mom, I hope you can forgive me for all those bad choices. But but yeah. So sometimes we need to react instead of try to be preemptive.
Yeah. And let nature do its thing.
That's real, man.
We can nurture through nature. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's real. I agree with that 100%, man. I think that we're so worried about trying to stop things from happening that we're going to make them worse in the long run. Things are going to happen.
Goes back to NATO. Look what happened with NATO. Start surrounding Russia. Getting closer and closer with your scared pants, getting that scared energy real close to motherfuckers. And then, well, why are y'all scared? Why the fuck are you scared? We're all scared. Fucking somebody built a nuclear fucking bomb like an idiot.
Right? Like
two senile old men fucking around playing chicken.
Man. Yeah, hey man, that's a dangerous something. We even got China and everyone coming out hoping Russia doesn't go that far.
Yeah,
with nuclear.
Yeah, I really
we all hope nobody goes that fucking far.
We're
It's
the
very
only
positive.
ones that
said
can
it
go
in my
that far.
20s,
God
man,
damn
we're
it!
probably gonna.
No, I don't want anybody. I think even Japan, what we did in Japan
That was
ruined
terrible.
the
It was
trust of the
ridiculous.
rest of the world to us.
Yeah.
We don't know what we look like to them
That's real.
because that's a
We're the bad
fucking
guys.
monstrous
We're the
thing.
fucking villains,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, we're the aerial
No one
Holocaust.
wants to really admit it or look at it that way, but we're the villains.
That was some villainous shit right there.
It was fucking horrible.
We still.
Let's
are
try
the
some new
villains.
shit out on them. I mean, that was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Seriously though.
I mean, we
'Cause
rebuilt.
they knew the type of destruction. They
They
didn't know
knew.
exactly what.
That's
was
why they
gonna
had
happen.
plans together for
But
what
they
they
knew
was
the
going to do to
type
help them out
of-
afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because we ran that. I forget what the experiments were called, but we ran that. We hit islands with it and we threw it in the ocean. We knew exactly what was going to happen. Maybe not to the long-term effect,
Yeah,
but
that's
even
what I
that,
meant
I'm
by,
pretty
like,
sure we
the
had a good idea of
actual-
what radiation could do. Think about New Mexico, man. New Mexico got so much fucked up land because of the fucking.
Yeah, because we was testing that shit.
Yeah. We knew.
We knew.
And see, education is very important. And that is going to bring us into our wealthy wisdom segment, which is going to be just a little quick one. But it's a nice little quote. Since I've been throwing out these quotes all day, might as well give you guys another one. This one is: education is the powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Say that one more time because it happened. It's happened plenty of times already. Education is a powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. The world, Craig. The world. Top flight security. And that was from Mr. Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
Mandela. I was watching this program on Mandela the other day when they were just going through changing over from the
Apartheid.
Apartheid. That's what it's called. My bad. They he went to a rugby game. You know, and rugby was a pretty much all white sport. But him going to that rugby game and celebrating with the Europeans at that time and showing the solidarity of the country was such a big deal that he did that it was like one of the biggest steps in bringing the country. They still have a lot of problems to this day. I'm not saying it's perfect. But that was one of the things that they did to try to bring the country together. Because South Africa has a lot of the same issues we have, but it's from a different perspective. You know what I mean, because the white people are less, and they're in on their land. So, but they still have a lot of racism. Yeah, they are the minority. But they, just seeing him go out his way, man, you could see why that dude was so important.
Yeah.
To the whole movement for everybody, the world, man. The guy was just
being
he was
the
an
example.
amazing person, man. He set a great example of, hey, let's not hate these people. Let's
with
bring
all the
this
reason to
country
hate
together.
people, I think people also tend to forget that this guy was not only incarcerated unjustly, but
all
he
that
was tortured.
Definitely.
He was tortured.
And these are the same people that
well
tortured him?
documented tortured. Like they have everything that they did to him because he was a person of interest. It's absurdity. And then to come out and understand that, hey, to really stop this from fucking happening, I can't react in haste.
That's real.
I can't,
And he didn't come out hating
Powerful
people,
shit.
talking
Right.
down on other people. He came out with love, man, and he brought the people together, man. And he's, to this day, he's still one of the most loved people in the world. I mean, it should be a good example for everyone right now that's trying to use hate and trying to use evil to down another people to up you.
Right.
If you feel as though you have to down someone else to make yourself feel better, you need to reevaluate.
Your whole life.
And that's something that a lot of people today need to go and do. I know you didn't watch the documentary and you feel like you know something, but you need to go and evaluate, because regardless of what this is telling you, if these people tell you that they feel disrespected, you need to go talk to these people if you don't understand, or you need to go reread what's going on.
Right.
I mean, look, dude, nobody's going to be mad about something like that unless it's disrespectful toward them. If us as Black people should be able to see that. If we see things all the time and we have to explain to people who are ignorant to our pains, and we have to just tell them, hey, this is why, this is why. And we get mad when people don't want to listen to us. Now we're doing the same thing to the Jewish people. We're not listening. We're just yelling at them. And this is ridiculous. We need to take a moment, step back, and listen to these fucking people. Listen to what they're saying, to evaluate, and then make your decision, my brothers.
Right,
Please stop going at these people, man. I've been really upset about the evil that's coming from our people this week. It's ridiculous, man. We should be the furthest away from agreeing with any hate or racism.
To be honest, man, I didn't, like I was saying this morning, I woke up and I noticed I had a couple of notifications. I usually don't even wake up and go straight to my phone, but I just happened to notice that I had a couple of notifications, and I was like, I got like 10 notifications at 6 in the morning. Like,
right.
Fuck? You know? So I went on and I was looking through, and I was just like, man, I don't even want to go through this feed no more. I checked out my notifications and ended up in my feed, just like we always do.
Right.
You know, you go on like, oh, I got a message. Let me see what the message is. And then 30 minutes later, you're in your feed. And yeah, man, it's just I don't even really want to be connected to it. Like I just started listening to what like Kanye was saying maybe like a week ago.
Right.
And this has been going on for almost like a month now, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Like
Kyrie didn't help. Him coming in and trying to bolster Kanye.
Yeah.
Trying to help him out is what I'm thinking he was doing, because it was his timing on what he posted. I'm thinking that's what he was doing. Because I think he was trying to clarify what Kanye was saying. Because Kanye kept saying, I can't be against them because I'm one of them. And people was wondering what the hell he's talking about. So that's why he posted this video, because this is what they're talking about. They're saying that they're Jewish so they can talk down to Jews. And it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
So was he actually being disrespectful, or was he just kind of trying to
it's
help
disrespectful because they talked down, they said the Holocaust was lies.
Whoa.
Then they said that they had a couple of it's other racist tropes they have in there that they're saying also.
In the
and
video.
Then they're also saying that they're fake Jews, that all the Jews from Germany and all the Jews that came to, they're all fake.
Hold on, you're saying Kyrie is saying this, or
yeah,
whatever,
definitely,
or the video that he put,
the movie he posted,
or the movie. I'm
and
sorry.
If I post a movie, that means I'm agreeing with what they're saying, and I want you to watch it too. And that's exactly what's happening, because the movie is now in the top 10 seller list now in Amazon. And then I got people I'm arguing with.
But sometimes I wonder, sometimes because I'll watch something to understand what my argument needs to be against something. You think some of it has to do with that? It's just people who like don't want to be uneducated when somebody comes in with some fucking shit that sounds like fucking malarkey.
I wish
that
was
I personally would probably watch
I
it
think
for
I would
that
too.
reason.
Yeah, because
I'm not gonna go jump and watch it right now because
I started
I'm just
seeing,
weird. I'm anti-bandwagon. So
I'm anti too,
I would
bro.
Well, I
wait
started
like 6
seeing
months.
everybody post this. It was a speech from Malcolm X, and he's talking about being critical with Jewish lending institutions, and then being called an anti-Semite. And he's like, "Look, it's not my fault that you have tied your culture to your business.
Yeah,
you did that. I didn't do that to you. I am commenting on the treatment you've given me." And you have given yourself the title. I didn't give you that title. So when I first heard it, I didn't think it was like that. I thought it was like him saying like, look, these institutions are owned by these people and stuff. But the other side of that, that's psychotic. Anytime people start trying to deny the Holocaust,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, come on, player. Where the fuck are you at mentally?
Right.
Like, we're just gonna start disintegrating all of the shady parts of fucking history and start repainting shit in fucking better light. Germany knows they fucked up. You go to Germany, they don't want to hear any fucking pro bullshit on that. They don't want. They're apologetic to a culture.
It's real.
That's fucking crazy, man. You just blew my mind. I didn't know it was like that.
I didn't know. I didn't know
that's what's going on, man. The movie is filled with Holocaust denial, and it's also filled with, you know, trying to say that the Jews stole our culture and made it their own and now I guess when we became slavery, we lost it, but they took it. And they're fake.
So they just picked it up on their travels.
Yeah, they
the
just
desert.
picked it up. Just start just being,
like,
dude.
Hey, look, these black people dropped Jewism.
It was like a pair of fucking Air Jordans. They were just like,
that's when I'm arguing.
Hey, the Air Jordan is great.
I'm like, bro,
Jordan's in a grill. Let's get
like, dude. It's like if we had a history and the history was connected to the where we are from, and that's another argument too, because they're like, it came from Africa. But I'm like, you do understand that the Jewish religion also came from Africa. Like, it's built in the Middle East, which is a part of Africa. Like, I don't think we understand the geography, man. And we just want to be right. I'm like, they're like, well, I agree with this guy. The oldest Jewish temples were found in Ethiopia. They were. Because it is definitely an African religion. Nobody is arguing that. What we are arguing is that we are not Jewish. Because most of African Americans, we come from Western Africa, Nigeria areas. Those people believed.
Well, and also, what are you going to absorb every ancient culture that is in your bloodline? That's preposterous. Stop that shit. What are you talking about? What are you? What is your life fucking experience? What did you do?
Thank you.
That's who you are. This whole bullshit of fucking, oh, well, I got to fucking find out. Look, to an extent, you should know how your people got to where you are. You should know. But to then go fucking adopt a whole culture that's dead or that's been, that's fucking seems nuts to me. It seems insane. You know what I mean? Could you imagine me just going around acting Polish like I'm wearing fucking lederhosen and fucking eating sausage at fucking 1 in the fucking afternoon?
And that's where I'm like, why do we care so much about a religion that we aren't following anymore? We don't give we don't care about. Oh, that's nice. We don't care at all. So, you know, I can understand if we were still following and we were like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We've been following it, and look, if you could see that we were that's fine. But we don't even care about the religion.
That should be the real question to Kanye right now, actually. Is Kanye practicing?
No, he isn't.
The Jewish religion.
Man, you know what happened? This fucker got a 23andMe test, and he started trickling down that whole motherfucker.
7% right there.
Who's got the most money in this
bitch?
Right there.
I
lost this girl. I got to make up my dividends.
If you want to find out for sure what you are, it's an easy way to do it. DNA.
Fuck that. Don't do that. I'm fucking 100% against that.
A lot of people are.
They're going to come in and fucking arrest your kids. They're going to start making insurance fucking adjustments to your fucking blood diseases. Don't do that shit. That's the government.
Movies bad.
No, man. People all thought that shit was crazy before. Whenever fingerprinting first came out, they're like, they're not gonna have a database over the whole United States. No, you're right. It's global.
But the database don't even work, bro. They can't even catch criminals.
23andMe don't even work. They over there fucking say some random shit like I'm not related to my brother. I'm like, hey, we got the same mom.
The government
fuck out of here.
They suck really bad at conspiracy theories. You know what I mean? They can't catch murderers. They can't pin murders on people. They
look at what happened with Charlie Manson. Look at what happened.
I think they don't want
to. Do you know about Fred Ayers and the Weather Underground and how they were integrated into the Black Panthers, but essentially they derailed it because they allowed the Black Panthers to be written off as a youth culture fucking movement because a bunch of fucking white hippie fucking kids show up and start blowing shit up and killing people. Yeah. That's the government. That's COINTEL. They did that.
No, that was
They're
real.
Not bad at that.
No, I'm not saying
they're incredibly good.
That was one time I will give them to them. They were,
but that was them in 1965. They were that good.
They were
in 1965, they were that good.
That's why I say it's a decision. It's not that they're not that good.
Do you understand how prolific Fred Hampton really fucking was?
No, man,
a whole fucking community comes together and creates their own fucking cops.
No, that was not fucked up.
Fucking that shit was to get that guy to fuck him up. That's a fucking crazy thing.
That was fucked up.
And That's our government. They did all that shit.
Right.
And you think they're not doing that same shit right now? All of a sudden, Johnny Depp's on the fucking TV talking about shit in his bed when we got fucking real shit happening. All of a sudden, Kanye's over here talking mad shit when we got real shit happening, voting shit. This is not coincidental.
Yeah, that's what I would
never.
Give me my tinfoil hat. I wear it like a crown.
You can never just trust the government because the government is people.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I say.
Trust people.
And that's what I say. It's a DMX quote. I'll give you guys another quote.
But I think it's not just people. It's beyond people. It's what it is you get any group of people and they will agree with the consensus of that group of people, no matter how bad it gets. Mm-hmm. And you can look at that throughout, the Greeks. You could look at it through the Germans. You could look at it through anybody who's done something atrocious like we're doing right fucking now. You get in that and you're like, well, that's normal. That's the consensus. That's what DMX
says, though, is like you got to expect people to be people.
Yeah,
I don't think it's people though. I think what happens is we get into herd mentalities and we look for one guy to be the leader, but that guy's probably not really going to be the leader. The alpha, the guy who's smart and wants to be the leader, he ain't going to be the leader. It's going to be some dipshit who's got some type of fucking
little man syndrome.
I didn't want to say it like that, but goddamn it is what it is. And he's going to fucking walk around with his tiny hands and his orange fucking hair and fuck shit up. And there's going to be some other senile motherfucker who does the same shit and they march in the same direction doing the same shit.
I say it's people being people because you got one or two things going on there. People want to belong to something, just like Dip was saying earlier. Like you want.
But I mean, if you remove just people, like say you just take a small group of people, the way we were meant to be, you take a tribal group of people, and all of a sudden you'll watch these motherfuckers lift each other up in every way. Every way. You get two good people around each other. I
guarantee you, though, in that tribe, you're still going to have your certain characteristic people. That tribe as itself.
No, but I'm saying the reason for it is different. A natural alpha comes out, a natural leader who wants the best. People think alpha it's the wrong fucking word. Let me tell you this. Alpha doesn't mean you the baddest motherfucker slapping heads. Okay? What it means is that you can take care of a group of motherfuckers. It means a whole pack. You make sure they're all safe, they're all fed, they're all right.
Yes,
that's what alpha means. The ideas that we have now, this is not alpha ideas. These bitch-made fucking bullshit ideas. This is dick-wagging shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man. Cause I mean, you have to have a system in place, unfortunately.
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying we put so much emphasis on the system. And we're looking at the system all day, all night, all day. The system. We're giving it control of our mind. We keep putting back into it. And what we're neglecting is the real community, the people around us that are really uplifting. Like I'm having this crazy conversation with one of my best friends who uplifts me all the time. I should be talking about his business. I should be talking about his old lady doing the Moss Boss. We should be talking about how good our communities are. And instead we're over here and fucking entrenched in this shit. And I'm the rat eating the motherfucking cheese.
But I'm going to say one thing before we go off is that I think that the problem is that people think the system is set in stone and that it can't change. And that's the real problem.
And you said that earlier too. Like people have to be willing to change.
It has to change.
And you also said the thing about
look at the system and say
inside of our,
this isn't working. This isn't working.
And making sure your neighbor is healthy, making sure that they're mentally better. You know what I mean? Being engaged with the people around you. And, that's one less variable. If I know he likes me, he's not going to choke me out and murder me just because he knows where I live.
It's real.
Right.
We have to definitely help our fellow man more, man. I mean, we're
and stop posting that shit on social media.
We're so
just
against
do
each
it.
other, bro. It's just so against each other. That's
and we hate that.
Love.
I don't do it.
What do they say? I hate that clout chasing shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm over here helping out this guy. I'm giving him some free food right now. Hey, you hungry, guy?
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
you don't need a picture with your fucking cup holder change.
No.
Okay, hang out the window. Just give it to him and
Just
move
give it
on.
to him and keep on going, bro.
You don't gotta post that shit, man.
They love it though. They love doing it.
But you said we about in.
Yeah. But we're all over. We're over.
We all the way over. So we're gonna wrap it up though with the We Building Boy today. And today we are highlighting us, because why not? Just like Casey was saying, it's about the community. So when you guys got some time, not next, because we got Mr. St. Patrick for the Mom and Pop Show and Socially Awkward and Uncomfortable. His podcasts are coming up next. So I wouldn't say go do it right now. But when you got some time, I want you to go down to Habari.com.
Get those shirts.
Get those shirts. Get caught up on some local news. Well, not just local news, but just news and entertainment in general. You can check out all the podcasts there, which includes mine, which is Wealth for Generations. Like I said, St. Patrick has the Mom and Pop Shop and Socially Uncomfortable and Socially Awkward and Uncomfortable. And then we have the Von Rebel Show. And then we also have XL Dreamcatcher. And we have the granddad of them all, Mr. Habari, or not Mr., but we have Habari Live as well.
Mhm.
And while you're at it, why don't you go get yourself a new tattoo? Go see Mr. Johnny here at
Get your mama's name. She done raised you up, you little grateful motherfucker.
Get the heart and the name in it. All that.
It looks just
And-
like this.
and
You
her
get right
name.
here, just MOM.
No, I was gonna say don't do the cliche mom. Get her name.
Oh, okay. So now I'm cliche. All
No, yours
right.
is older.
I called her mom her whole life. What do you want me to call her? No, I'm just kidding.
Beverly.
My
I want to know
MOM.
what your mom's name. I don't call your mom.
Yeah, but it ain't
MOM
for
is
you.
dope, though.
That's not
Mom.
yours. Yeah, you know what it means.
Right.
Touche. But yeah,
Out here
man.
calling my mom by her fucking Christian name and shit. No, you don't.
Shit, I be feeling weird when people be trying to ask me my mom's name still. Like, what's your mom's name?
I call her mom,
Mom.
mother. Hey, yo, mom.
What do you mean what's my mom's name? It's not mom? I thought my mom's name was mom.
I was one of those weird kids that called my mother by her name.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man.
my grandmother, she was
My face hurts just thinking about.
she was
calling
the
my mom her
only
first name.
person that was well, I was in the era of Big Mama, so Big
Oh,
Mama, she was the mama.
Yeah.
So
okay,
that was the
I
only
got you.
person we called mama was her. Was
Okay.
the grandmother of the family.
I used to
Everybody
call my
else-
biological his real government name all the time just to piss him off.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's
what's the
actually what I
matter,
was gonna-
David Allen? Things bothering you?
But we got the same thing in our family with the grandma. Everybody,
yeah?
all the grandmas are called nanny.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
my
I had
mom
a
is a
nanny
nanny
too.
now. Yeah, and my mom's mom was nanny to me and my brother, and
Uh.
now my son and my nieces call my mom nanny.
That's some leftover British
Yeah.
shit. I didn't know that. Somebody told me I always talk shit about British people because I'm Irish. And they were like, but you had a nanny? I was like, oh, fuck, you got me there.
I'm still
sounds-
American. Fuck
Sounds
you.
pretty fucked up, doesn't it?
And actually, I didn't even know that until I was older.
White people, we
I
don't
just
like
thought-
claiming America anymore.
I just
We're
thought
over
my
it.
mom was, or my. I just thought my grandma. I thought it was just like a cool nickname, and then I got older and realized like, oh, but
Yeah,
my
that's not
nanny's not
normal.
a nanny.
No.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make what?
Nana.
My
is-
grandma was more like a nanny than my
Yeah.
nanny was.
You know what made me
weird.
mad? I never figured it out. I watched Peter Pan like 638 times, and their dog's name was Nana, and the dog watches the kids, which
Sure, it wasn't 639.
it could have been.
Okay,
I'm gonna check the
Didn't
numbers.
know it was a dog. A dog what?
there's a dog.
The
in Peter
dog,
Pan?
yeah, there's a dog named Nana that watches the kids, which I'm just saying, like,
Watch
we
it.
were really lenient with kids. Like, the further you go back in history, once you're like 6, you work in a coal mine and you're just raising your
Nah,
kids.
man, shit. You want to know the truth? Shit, Asia's still like that, man.
Oh,
They got
yeah.
a TV show where they have kids go
Dude.
and do everyday stuff by themselves and like 4
I love that
3 years
show.
old.
It is what's
That's
wrong
crazy.
with me as a person. I love that show. I watch that shit and I make fun of my own kids.
Right.
Like,
Like, what the
Kids
fuck
fucking
y'all
Look
doing?
at
bored
you.
going to the grocery store.
ask
What
me
are
to
you
tie your
doing?
shoes again.
Yeah, man, these kids do it.
Like we're in
Everything
America.
grown-ups do it.
YouTube that shit. Have
Dude,
fun.
they cross a freeway. There's like a
Yeah.
point where there's little kids crossing a freeway. It's
Crossing
just
a
fuck-
freeway?
Yeah, he's got a
Yeah,
popsicle and a
Why
bag.
would, you, why would you need to cross a freeway?
They just doing stuff that adults
They're like,
would usually
listen.
do, and they're letting.
Why would an adult need to?
We
cross
had
a
one
freeway?
more kid
What do
than
you
the
mean? They're
government
walking?
allows out here, and this kid is the extra kid. So he's the bonus kid. We just run him around in this competition doing bonus kid shit.
Just bonus shit.
They
The other kid's got to work for Nike. This is bonus kid.
it made their anime make a lot more sense when I seen this cartoon because I mean this show because I didn't understand their anime. Why are these little bitty kids running around? They're like beating up little kids, dog. Like in Dragon Ball, like it's grown men just fucking up. Dude, it's 5.
Yeah, people. I had to explain that to my girl too. For it. Like, yeah, he's only like 12.
Right, he's
He's
kicking his
killing
ass.
Perfect
dog.
Cell right now. He's the strongest being in the universe.
Dude.
Yeah.
But it
Like-
it makes sense now. They don't really look at age like that, dude. They don't look
Uh-uh.
at it
It's
like
about
that, man.
capability. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
about
man.
the ability of you.
Well, they also don't romanticize childhood. Like they
Yeah,
don't even
yeah.
like
Right.
that that we
That's real.
infected their kids with childhood.
yeah.
Like when they
There's no
developed
ding,
all
ding,
those
ding, ding, ding when you're
early Nintendo stuff, they developed all that. They developed all of like we're talking about Voltron and all. They developed all that, but their
Mhm.
culture didn't cling to it. They're like, fuck this shit, get it out of here.
Yeah.
Got to be to work.
They still respect elders and being
Oh,
old.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
respect building old. We
Because
don't
it's a
respect
privilege.
that. We don't respect it.
Yeah.
It's so weird, dude.
It's a privilege.
They
You don't realize how many people their mortality rate there isn't over 50. So when you meet somebody who's over 50, you're like, what the
I didn't
fuck?
know
It's
that.
a wizard.
So they're
Yeah, well, think about it. If
their
you're
average
working
is
since
under
you're 9 years old, you got a 40-hour work week in the fucking goddamn soot mines of Nike. You're like, well,
but they all look so
Well,
healthy.
hell yeah, it's fucking lean as shit, Playboy. Lean
'Cause
as
they
a
ain't got time
motherfucker.
to eat. And you just work all fucking day.
Well, I mean, they do. They eat a lot better than we do. They take
Yeah,
care of
they
that
eat.
shit.
Yeah,
they
actually,
eat
they-
good shit. All
they
Asian
actually-
food.
They
We
they
fucked
eat
up Asian food by
reverse
frying
of
it and selling and throwing
Well,
fucking
that's
salt in it.
American food. That's not.
Yeah.
That's not. That's not.
Well, they
Oh,
actually,
salmon this.
they actually, I've watched somewhere where their meat is like secondary
Yeah.
in their
Yeah.
meals.
Yeah.
So
That's
they're
how they
never
look
like
at it.
they're not like us. Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
want that double Whopper
Right.
and maybe a side salad.
No,
They're like, no, I want the extra large
meat is
salad
just-
and maybe a mini burger.
Yeah, that's how they do it, and that's how
Yeah.
we need to. We need to change it, man, because the meat is we eat too much.
Yeah.
But let's do it, man.
All righty, we're just
Oh.
gonna give one big one. Peace out. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Mr. Dip, to the lean.
For sure.
Thank you guys for having me.
And we'll see you next time.